leaving by the tradesman's entrance. Classy. And I came out to put the bags on this morning. I saw the lock on these two bikes and thought, Jesus, guys. I thought bike theft wasn't so much of an issue in Italy. And then realised, UK plates. Obviously you guys are paranoid, but respect to the hero that rode from the UK on that, a Montesa. Yeah, good work, lads. Like your style. Yeah, nice touch that I could park the bike in the courtyard, but I'm afraid I cannot, in all good conscience, recommend, at this time of the year at least, the Hotel Sommeiller, because after I checked in, thinking to myself, oh joy, I've got a hotel, I'm going to be warm and cozy, I can get some washing done, hang it up in my warm room. I realised it was a bit chilly, tried the heating, couldn't get any life out of it, so I went downstairs and the reception said, I say, excuse me old girl, seems to be mighty nippy in my room. Hey, be a good sport, what couldn't you turn the old heating on, eh? And she said, we can't turn the heating on, there aren't enough guests. And it was at that point I realised that she was wearing a great big hoodie that clearly had 3 or 4 layers underneath it and some kind of life-preserving thermal vest thing and a hat. So obviously it was cold, and it continued to be cold for the entire night. I was absolutely friggin' freezing. But I got all the blankets out of the cupboard. Ooh, that's a new sign. What does that sign mean? So, this road is completely closed now. That is a disappointment considering I stayed here purely to do this road. I can see if there's some people there and find out there's another way around because I'm not giving up that easily. Oh, you swine, universe! Who knows? Maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe they're having a coffee break and they're happy to let me pass. Maybe they'll look at me and think, oh, check it out, lads, he's got an Italian bike. We'd better let this one go. They'll be like, oh, that bike casts such a fetching silhouette. It's not going to cause us any trouble as he slips gracefully through the roadworks. Like Monica Bellucci with 2 beautiful, big, round, knobbly tired wheels. It's closed all day? 12. 12 o'clock I can go up?
Yeah, but after 14 o'clock it's closed.
You close again, so I have to go up and back quickly.
Yeah.
So the options I have are go and do something else until 12 o'clock. So I can go.
Guarda, chiusa per work, ma moto sei tu.
It's okay.
Passi qua.
Oh,
Okay.
super, grazie. Change of plan. We are on. Perfetto. Grazie mille. Buongiorno. Grazie. No, I need to give you one back. Don't want anything for free here. So I guess really you should get the sticker when you've been to the top. Otherwise you haven't earned it yet. There we go. We're off. See, that guy's going to have a bit of a slow day. Most people are just going to turn away. I mean, those 2 lads I saw down by the sign, I think they just gave up. Right. It's going to take a few minutes to get warmed into this again. What did the guy say yesterday? 2 hours to get up there and back. I started off at around 1,500 meters. I think in total we'll be climbing up to about 3,000 meters. So that's 300 meters higher than the highest point on the Stelvio. The stars have aligned so far to allow me to actually even ride it. So let's hope that they can align even further. We can get just 5 to 10 minutes of clear sky for some viewage when I get to the top. Nice spot for a tea break, but at 1,960 meters, I think I'm going to hold out for the top. Forgot to adjust my friggin' gear pedal again. That means I've done this entire Italy trip without ever bothering to finally find the time to adjust the gear pedal. Well, it's too late now. Maybe I'll do it for the France section, because that's right! Once we're finished today, we're heading into France. I'm going to do as much of the Tet as I can, from south to north, Annecy to Luxembourg. But this stunning waterfall reminds me that A, I need to wipe off the lens a bit more often so that you can see what's happening. And B, I need to make a little waterfall of my own here. Ah, very refreshing. The waterfall, I mean. Yeah, and I've opened up some ventage because despite the 5-degree temperature, my core temperature is reaching volcanic levels. God, in those corners it is impossible to break traction with these tyres. They're just so very good. The Heidenau K60 Rangers I have been very impressed with. This whole trip, my confidence is very high. You shall not pass! Which way am I going to go, love? Come on, meet me halfway. Don't jump off the cliff on my account. That's it. Thank you, dear. Ooh. To whom the bell tolls, eh? Or rather, to whom the bell tolls. Hear ye! Hear ye! I wonder if this is the tricky bit that the French guy was talking about. Maybe that was the tricky bit the French guy was talking about. And the Tuareg just treated it like a moose-bouche. It was nothing more than a delectable piece of bruschetta. The front wheel is flapping around like a prick in a shirt sleeve on this stuff. Like a worm in a windsock. It's crazy how first gear scrabbles about for grip because it's just got that little bit too much power, too much torque. As soon as you stick it into second, the bike just rocket propels forwards. There we go, maybe we're not doing too much false. After all, tried to push the speed a little bit on that one. And the front end started to wash a little bit. Give the old leggings a bit of a rest on this relatively flat bit. So funny, all my life I've said stuff like the old legs, the old arms. Oh, gotta use the old noggin. And sadly, the phrase is starting to become very accurate. The noggin, the legs, the arms. They're not as young as they used to be. With 44 revolutions on the clock, I have to say, I'm quite impressed with how the old body's performing so far, to be fair. I couldn't recommend enough before embarking on any kind of a trip like this. Get yourself in the gym for a couple of months, do yourself a favour. I had to lift this 200 kilo bike 3 times yesterday. If I'd have just gone when I booked this trip about 6 months ago, I'd be in tatters right now. There's a bit of tarmac here suddenly. Why? Had the ancient Aztecs actually tarmacked the entire stretch and we've just worn it out in our era? Did the aliens tarmac this road for access to their zenith? Their worshipping point at the top, launch pad to the stars. Am I spouting utter bullshit to distract myself from the fact that everything here is trying to get me off this bike? I think I'm going to go for the last one. Maybe this is the tricky rocky bit the French guy was talking about. It is tricky, and it is rocky. 2,724 meters now. That was a horrible bend. Avevo una bendina non problemata. You're right, easy love. We're nearly there. I'll tell you what, boys and girls, that there is snow. I mean, is it really all that much of a surprise? Looks like it's literally just started. Well, it is 1 degree now. So that means the rocks are going to be icy. The moisture is going to be beginning to freeze. So how very poetic. This full circle moment that I start the whole trip with freezing air and snow at the top of the Stelvio, and then finish it here at the Colle del Sommeiller, also with snow on the ground. I kind of like that somehow. Maybe this is the tricky bit that the French guy was talking about. Definitely wouldn't get up here on 4 wheels, would you? Well, unless you had some serious 4 wheels. That was exciting. I've just got to stay relaxed, try not to look at the big rocks. I'm guessing that was definitely the tricky bit the French guy was on about. And as of now, I will stop going on about the tricky rocky bit that the French guy was going on about. Quick dab there and accidentally boshed it into neutral on the way back. Why oh why can't I ever get neutral at the traffic lights? Looks like that's it. I think the chances of getting a cup of tea up here are somewhat slim. I think the chances of getting anything are somewhat slim. Getting a glimpse of the views is definitely the slimmest of all. We didn't reach the full 3,000 meters though. That's 2,948. There you go, the 3,000 meter ISO bar is just up that way. Where's the bike gone? There is nothing going on with these views. I don't think this weather's going to get any better, so I'm going to lose a layer because I'm cooking and then make my way back down. Where did the road go, guys? Oh yeah, I think this is it here. I wonder what this bit was like before so many people have carved this little mini trail into it. I mean, the rest of us lucky sausage is something to follow. It's really nice as well to finish this whole trip on a section that seems like it's got a bit of everything. It's got the length, the girth, well, not so much of the girth, but it's got the length. It's not just a tiny little mini trail between two motorways. Sounds like a really shit version of a Shakespeare play, doesn't it? A tale of two motorways. Yeah, anyway, it's got a nice big long length. It's got tricky technical stuff. It's got faster bits. It's got gravel. It's got sand. It had mud. It's got snow. It's got big rocks, little rocks. Throw them out the window. But yeah, it's a great finish. I'm really happy that I left this till the end. It's a shame we didn't get the views, but hey. And it gives me yet another reason to come back and try again. I have to say, in my YouTubing and motorbike touring career, I've been very lucky with the weather, to be honest. I know I've got this name as the Rain Jonah, the Weather Jonah. It always rains when AndyManCam's along for the ride. But to be honest, most of the tours I've done, to most of the peaks, the passes, the weather's been stunning. I mean, the Großglockner was amazing. The Grimsel, rough start, but at the end some great weather. Croatia was unbelievable. Romania, again, horrible weather at the beginning, but at the end, nothing but beautiful sunshine. So yeah, I'm going to take this one on the chin. I can't always win. I mean, to be honest, let's look at the positive side. How lucky that if this is the start of the snow, then how lucky is it that I get to see just the very, very beginnings of it. The first dusting, with just enough time to get to the top and down again. So what I said about you being a swine in the beginning universe, I take it all back. And let's be honest as well, you don't necessarily need sunshine to have incredible views. That is still stunning in its own snow cloudy, misty way. Whee! Yeah, washed the front out on the sand a bit there, but another dab to save. Hard to believe that you can catch a 200 kilo plus falling bike just by hopping on one leg and throwing your weight over to the other side. Science, son! Good luck, chaps. Buona strada. Not quite as quiet as I thought it was going to be. The conundrum with the downhill hairpins is that you've got to give it drive to stabilise the bike. But you also, well, I don't want to go too fast because then I run wide. Any tips, incidentally, for everything and anything that you've seen me do or not do in this whole series, please do. Just drop them in the comments. I am in no way too proud to take criticism, tips, even just the odd bit of piss taking if you fancy, or even a compliment. I'll take those as well. I'm not proud about that either. Oh, the temperature's climbing. I can actually feel it. 2 degrees now. We started about 1500, didn't we? So 5 degrees for 1500 meters. Right. I'm having complete brain shutdown, trying to do maths while negotiating this stuff. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, so degree every 300 meters. Well done, me. Right, we can carry on now. Was a unfavourable drop in off that rock there. I think with a bit less suspension travel that might have had me off the front. Have I gone the wrong way? All good? Took the wrong turn. I'm off the trail. How have I done that? Oh, there we go. That's how I've done that. Around the hairpin instead of going straight on. Plonker. Oh well, got to wave at some more humans and feel connected to the human race. Well, ladies and gents, this flatter bit now at 1,953 meters means we're pretty much at the end of this trail attacking Italian tour on the Tuareg. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you along. I hope you've really enjoyed it. I know I have. And it has beyond cemented my confidence in the choice of the Tuareg being the right one. The bike has been nothing but astonishingly good. As ever, a huge thanks to all of you who are supporting the channel. You guys on Patreon, the YouTube members, and finally those on Ko-fi. Incidentally, Ko-fi is by far and away the better way to support the channel. Trips like this just simply would not be possible without your help, so the hugest of thanks, guys. If you enjoyed this trip so much that it brought a tear to your eye and you feel like you want to support the channel somewhat, then you gladly can. Check the links out in the description below. Right, enough of that stuff. We've got the last few kilometers left before we get back to the black stuff, and that will officially mark the end of this trip. Italy, grazie mille. It has been absolutely brilliant. I would have loved for it to be a little bit longer, but unfortunately I've got to get back for work commitments. But anyway, I've been AndyManCam, newly inaugurated member of the ADV community. This has been my quite simply stunning Italian mistress, the Aprilia Tuareg 660. And this has been Northern Italy. We all thank you, and we hope you come and join us in the next one. But in the meantime, keep your shiny side up, keep yourself out of trouble. I will ride you out here on the last few humps and bumps of the Sommeiller, and I'll see you in France. Goodbye! There we go, look at that, I made it. I get to keep my sticker. Look at that, perfect timing. Well, better than perfect timing. 10 minutes before 12, they've already broken for lunch, so we got through no trouble at all.